Takin Care of Biz. Justine Bateman.
You mean Jason Bateman's sister from Family Ties?
Jason Bateman's sister, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I love Jason Bateman. Huge Jason Bateman fan.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know a lot of Justine Bateman's work, but what I do know is that she is a positive influence and specifically related to aging. And I think she is probably approaching, 60. I should have looked it up.
Probably she's a little older than me, probably.
And she is very...
I mean, that's a lot older than me. I'm not...
I'll let you handle and negotiate
I'm just like,
that.
when I was a kid watching Family Ties, she was older. She was the older sister of Michael J. Fox, who was far older than me at the time. So yeah, she's probably 60 or older now.
She is 57 years old.
Whoa!
I had time to Google it while you were talking.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so she's older than me.
Yes. So she is, she doesn't like the word activist, but she's a proponent of aging naturally, not doing things to her face and not accepting the criticism that comes her way for the way that she looks.
Well, when you say, is there beauty in aging, aren't you really saying, do you think it's possible for other people to find aging beautiful? And I just don't give a I think I look rad. I think my face represents who I am. I like it. And so that's basically the end of the road.
There you go. Okay, you hit a nerve, girl. You hit a nerve. You have a lot of women saying amen. I mean, to me, it seems like confidence. Like when you said, I look rad, you're like, I love me. I love every part of me. I love the way I'm aging and changing. Is it really about confidence?
Well, I think it's really about fear, because I think that everybody has a completion to this sentence. I'm afraid if people think I look old, then therefore, and for different people, it's different things. Some are afraid they'll lose their job or never get a job or not get a mate or no one's going to listen to them or whatever. And that fear, my position is that fear existed before your face started changing. So it's an opportunity to take care of that fear so it's not leading you around by the nose and making you make other decisions that are not you, taking you off track.
You've been an activist on this for a while. You wrote a whole book about it.
I'm not an activist.
Yes, you are, whether you want it or
I'm not an activist.
What are you?
I'm just somebody who got myself on the other side of that, what that fear was for me in particular, and I just am sharing what worked for me. There's lots of ways to get there, but for anyone who wants to get free.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, because it was a journey for you too. You said it started with a Google search. Can you tell everybody about that?
Well, when I was writing my first book, Fame, the hijacking of reality, I had to find some incident that had happened with me, and so I did this search and then in that book, there's a chapter called Acid, if people want to see what came up for me, what that process was. But anyway, once I got to the other side of it, I thought, well, what is it in society as a whole? What are those fears? How did people even get these ideas that a woman's face is broken and has to be fixed? And so the book Face is about 47 short stories about kind of some of the roots of those beliefs.
It resonated with me because, I remember reading a comment once on social media, and it's like, what happened to you? And I wrote back, I aged.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
Life happens.
I aged.
How do you not
But what does that even mean?
Yeah.
What happened to you? I don't know. I'm a more successful and experienced, host of a national television show. That's what happened to me.
What time marched on. Yeah.
What have you been doing? What is that even supposed to mean?
I think
it's nothing to me.
It's ridiculous. I do agree.
It's
but
silly.
and
also, it's that person is telling you what they think of themselves.
Yeah. Yes.
When they look in the mirror, that's what they say to themselves. So they're telling you about themselves. They're not telling you about you.
So I think this is a really positive message, and I like what she says about addressing the fear of aging. Like, what is it that's motivating that fear?
Sure.
Why do you have a fear of aging? Is it that you aren't going to be considered attractive in our society anymore? And what's the value of that? Are you afraid of losing a job, like she referenced? And the internet is a notoriously vicious place related to comments. I remember...
Especially for women.
Yeah, when I had to step in and take over for you when you were going through cancer, the biggest thing that I was concerned about was the comments section. And then I started getting negative comments about my appearance and my performance.
Yeah.
And I took it a lot better than I thought I would. Like, I thought it was funny, and I leaned into it, and I did videos reacting to the comments because part of me found it funny. And I am not yet where Justine Bateman is. I think that she has an aspirational perspective on aging that I hope to emulate as the years progress. But I certainly feel the pressure, and I want to handle it in the way that she is handling it. Like, she is like my guiding light for how to handle this. But, the comments would be, oh, you're wearing a blazer that's oversized, and
Right.
like I'm constantly supposed to be dressing for appealing to other people, and like I'm gonna dress the way that I feel comfortable, the way that I like to dress. And so I think anytime you hear someone saying things like this, it is just a good reminder of kind of checking in with yourself about how you feel about yourself.
Yeah. I want to talk out of turn. I'm not a woman. I don't face the same challenges at all. But also, I think that there's such built-in misogyny around even women who do get work done, that there's a judgment there. So it's a no-win situation for women in the public, especially, that if you don't get work done, you're judged. If you do get work done, you're judged. It's fucking terrible. And people, men and women, need to do a better job of checking themselves before making comments like the comments they mentioned in the clip, which are, oh, what happened to you? It's just, what are you doing? What does this serve? It's just viciousness, and we need to be kinder.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point too. And I, in playing this clip, I did have that thought of, what if someone's watching this and they don't have the perspective on aging that Justine Bateman has, and they like getting Botox, they like getting whatever procedures done that help reduce that fear of aging. And more power to you. I mean, if you're doing things that have you feeling comfortable, that you're happy with, that make you feel more comfortable in your appearance, then that's great too. But I think in our society where we have so much pressure on us to look a certain way, be a certain way, that it is inspirational when you hear from people that have decided to step out of that box and reject all of those messages entirely and say, you know what, fuck you. I'm not playing the game.
There is bravery in it. There's some sense of security in not going through the procedures for the sake of everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a great palate cleanser from the asshole of today, Trisha Cottom from North Carolina.
Well, don't remind us. We're moving on. We're moving on from that.
I want to remind everybody what an asshole she is.
Great.
Good palate cleanser. Justine Bateman, Takin Care of Biz. Thank you, Justine. And we'd love to have you and or your brother on the show.
Yes.
But we'd love to hear from you. You can be on the show as well. 657-464-7609. Of course, you can email a voice memo or just a regular old-fashioned email to idoubtit@dollemore.com. We would invite you to help support the show if you are in a financial position to do so. You can go to patreon.com/idoubtitpodcast. Choose your tier. Help support the show monetarily. That would be fantastic. You can also go on and buy some Law and Order President merch that we just released in a celebratory fashion to commemorate Donald Trump's arrest and arraignment.
You can also follow us on social media.
Yes.
At Brittany E. Page everywhere.
At Dollemore.
Yes.
You can follow the podcast too at I Doubt It Podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
We love you guys. We appreciate you very much. We're going to leave you there. For Brittany Page, I'm Jesse Dollemore, and this has been I Doubt It.